Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought that it would be the perfect time to start a declutter series. I have been wanting to do a declutter series for so long and I'm really excited because it really needs to happen. I haven't gone through my makeup since I started collecting makeup, which was probably coming up on 3 years now. So today I thought that I would start by going through my top drawer. This is definitely my most used drawer. I have things like chapstick, eyeshadow primer, face primers, mascara, brows, and eyeliners in here. So I think I'm going to start with brow products. And if you'd like to see what I get rid of, then just keep on watching. Okay, so in the top drawer, I usually keep all my brow stuff in this cute little box, which I actually got a bunch of like smaller sized perfumes in, and it's just like a little mirrored box, and I thought it was cute and perfect for all my brow stuff. So I'm just going to set everything up on the tabletop and then we can go through it. Okay, so here's everything just laid out on my desk. And basically, I'm going to use a technique that I got from Jessica from Jam Beauty. She usually does this thing where the first thing she does is pick up everything that if she were to go to a store, she would buy it right then and there. She knows that she likes it and she uses it a lot, so it's something that she wants to have in her collection. So, right off the start, I know for sure that this is my absolute favorite brow powder. It's from Wet n Wild and it's in the shade Ash Brown. It was the only shade that they had when I went there. And it basically comes with like a wax and then 2 powders, and there's a little mirror. And it actually came with a brush and a set of tweezers when I got it. Obviously, I misplaced the tweezers and the brush. But this is my favorite brow powder, so I definitely want to keep this. Next, for sure, I'm going to be keeping my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. It has a little spoolie on the end, and it's really thin. It's definitely comparable to the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I'm not sure what size. I think mine is in the shade Brunette. I really like it, and I'm going to be keeping that. Let's see, what else? So for brushes, I just recently picked up this EcoTools brush. It's dual-ended. This side is a bit more fluffy, and then this side is an angled side, and I really like this. This is usually the one that I bring when I travel, and this is the one that I use just about every single day with the Wet n Wild powder. I picked it up from Amazon and it has just been my favorite brow brush. Then I have, as you can see, a ton of spoolies. When I first started makeup and being interested in makeup, it was about 3 years ago, and I did not have an eyebrow spoolie. So this is an old mascara wand that I had cleaned, and it is disgusting. So I'm going to throw that away because it is so bad. So I'll put that over in the throwaway corner. And then I have 2 more spoolies, and I think that I really don't need 2, but they're nice to have and nice to grab, and I'm sure one of them is going to get gross soon, so I'm going to keep both of these. And same goes for these 2 eyebrow brushes with the combs and the brush. A lot of people might not like these, but the brush side works pretty good for taming longer brow hairs, and I definitely have long brow hairs. And the comb side you can actually use to separate your lashes before and after applying mascara. So I'm going to keep both of these for now. And I'll just toss the little travel one or see if my roommate or one of my friends wants to have it because I don't need 3. Also I have this disgusting stencil that's so old and gross and I'm not keeping it. And with those Eco Tools, with the Eco Tools 2 eyebrow brushes, they had given in the kit a set of stencils, some instructions on how to use the stencils. And I opened it up because I was pretty interested, but the stencils are so skinny. My eyebrows are way too thick for these, so I'm going to pass these along to someone who can actually use them. This is an eyebrow brush. I'm trying to figure out where it is from. Oh, it's from Rimmel London. And this was just okay. It wasn't great. I didn't love it, but I got the job done when I needed it to. But I'm at a point now where I don't need it. I found the kind of brow pencils that I like, so I'm just going to pass this on to somebody who might possibly use it. And here is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil, and this is not the one that they're most known for. It's not their Brow Wiz. This is just a sharpenable pencil, and I also did not love this. This actually I felt like was a pain in the butt to use, and it was difficult for it to show up on my brows. So I think that I'm gonna try and see if I can give this to someone else who would like it, because again, I know what kind of brow pencil I like, and it is not this one. Also, I have this really old brow pencil from Avon. This is super old, so I think that I'm just gonna throw this away. I don't think I would give it to anybody because it's really old. And this is actually a gel, an eyebrow gel that has fibers in it, and it looks like it has a little bit of shimmer in it, but it is just so awesome. And it is from the brand Femme Couture, and it's called the Perfect Arch Tinted Brow Gel, and it gets kind of like gross up at the top, but I look past that because it has kind of like this pointed wand, and it works perfectly for my brows. It deposits a lot of product, but sometimes I need that because I have dark brow hair and I have a kind of sort of patchy brows. So sometimes I need a lot of product to get in there and cover up those bald spots. So I looked up where I could find this because once this runs out, I will definitely want to repurchase. And you can actually get it at Sally Beauty. So I'll be keeping that. And this is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I love this stuff. It's actually like gel for your eyebrows. This is what I would use if I were going out for the night and I wanted my eyebrows to last all day long. This is what I would use. And it's clear. It doesn't put any more product in there as far as color wise. So I'll be keeping that. And then this is my... It's completely rubbed off, but this is the L'Oreal Brow Plumper, something like that. Let's see if I can see the name. Oh, it's in the shade medium to dark, and I love this for an alternative for if I just don't want to put any pencil in my brows, then I'll just sweep this across. Also, I can do the same with this one. These are great for filling in the brows for like a quick everyday look if you don't want to take the time to put powder. This was one of my favorite brow gels, and unfortunately it's super old, so I'm just going to have to pass it on, but it's the e.l.f. Eyebrow Treat and Tame little duo, and I loved this stuff for so long. Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty, they had the Anastasia brow powder up there for 50% off, so I got two shades. I got the shade Taupe and the shade, I think, medium brown or dark brown? Dark brown. So the shade Taupe and the shade dark brown. And if I'm being honest, I do not love these. There's something about it that it just does not show up on my brows the way that the Wet n Wild powder does. It's just not as pigmented for me. So I'm going to hold on to these because I want them to work for me, and I think what I'm going to try is a different brush and see if that helps it in any way. it's like filthy on the back, but it's from Palladio, and this was a really great brow powder. It's in the shade taupe, so it wasn't too dark, but I'm going to get rid of this. I'm just going to toss it because I don't know if you can see in there, but it's like completely shattered and it's just a mess in there. So I'll get rid of that one. And here is my e.l.f. eyebrow kit. This is one of the first e.l.f. products that I purchased. And so this is in the shade Dark. And I was thinking of doing a one brand tutorial using e.l.f. and this is the only brow product I have from e.l.f. So I think I'm going to keep this in. Here is the Benefit Highbrow Glow, and it's just like one of those little highlighter sticks that you can like put underneath your brow, and it gives you like a glow. And I don't really love this for beneath my brow. I don't know, I just think it's too shiny, and I usually put a matte highlight underneath my brow. Just for me personally, I don't love the shimmery highlights underneath my brow. But what I do like this for is to set a base for an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to keep this, but I think I might move it to where I keep like my other chubby pencils so that it's not in my brow area anymore and it can get a bit more use. Here is my NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade, and I bought this last summer because it is waterproof, and as you can see I've used it a bit. It's definitely a drier formula, and I kind of like that because you don't apply too much. You can definitely go overboard with this, just like any pomade. I really think it's very easy to go overboard, so less is more. But I like the way that my brows look when I use this, and it lasts all day when I use it. So I'm going to keep that because that is my only pomade that I have actually. Here are two little brushes. I think these came in some of the powder duos, and I think I'm just going to get rid of these because I don't see myself really using them, and they're just going to get, I think, misplaced if not. So I'm just going to get rid of these. Now I'm left with three of these shaver things, which I have. So these two are super old, so I'm going to get rid of them. And this one I'm going to keep. I have a few backups just in case. I like to hold on to these for a little while. Once I see that they're getting a little gross, then I pass them on. And my last product in my little brow area is from Studio 35 Beauty. And this is one of those little metal combs. And it has a brush ended comb too, but the reason I purchased it was for the metal comb. Try it, and I'm pretty sure I got it for like $1 at Walgreens, so I'll be keeping that. So here's everything I'm getting rid of. A few pencils, one gel, and a powder, and a bunch of tools that I don't need anymore. I'm pretty happy with that because now I won't have as much clutter in my brow box. Okay. Here's everything that I'm keeping, and it looks all nicely and neat in there. So I'm keeping 4 powders, which is still a lot, but I like powder, and I'm just sticking with it. I'm keeping 3 brow gels and only 1 pencil, and then just a few spoolies and other brushes to use. So I'm pretty proud of that. Okay, so here is where I keep all of my mascaras that are currently opened, except that I have one that I keep in a travel makeup bag that is opened. But everything else is in here, and I have a ton of unopened mascara as well. So I think first I'm going to declutter what I have that's opened. I just want to mention this. This is a lip mask that is from Perfectly Posh. It's kind of big, so it doesn't fit in other areas where I hold my chapsticks. It kind of takes over if I put it there, so it just fits kind of nicely in this little container. where I keep my mascara. And this container is actually from the Dollar Tree. And it kind of has little hooks and it like latches together with some other containers. So I have a few of those in that top drawer. In the bottom I have an extra little spongy tip for my lash curler. So I'm just going to put my lip mask back in there and my lash curler because I only have one. Okay, so here is my CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara, and this is kind of dried out, but it was a good mascara. But it's kind of seen its day, so I'm going to get rid of this. Next I have an old favorite. This is the Benefit They're Real mascara. This also has rubber bristles, and this is the first high-end mascara that I had ever purchased. For me, it just kind of irritates my eyes. I don't know why, but recently, whenever I apply it, this is a brand new tube, but whenever I apply it, my eyes really start to burn. So I guess something within this product just doesn't agree with me anymore, so I'm going to have to say goodbye to this as well. Next is my Jordana Best Lash Extreme Mascara, and this has easily become my favorite mascara. I have repurchased this multiple times. I love this mascara. It's like $3.99 at Walgreens, and it's just a great mascara. It definitely does volumize your lashes, and that's what I like them to do. The one thing I will say is when it starts to dry up, it can get a little bit clumpy, but it's $3.99, so I'm fine with buying it again if I have to. And this one has like the real hair bristles. It does not have the rubber bristles like the other two. Next, here is a old favorite, the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. This is waterproof, and this was in my amateur days when I would buy mascara without looking to see whether or not it was waterproof. So I purchased this and I love it. So I'm going to have to get rid of this one just because it's super old, but I do think I will be repurchasing this one. Here I have the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. This mascara gives me so many memories. This was the mascara that my mother would use all the time, and so I always remember seeing this tube of mascara in her makeup bag. I would just know when I would see that hot pink and neon green. It was the only mascara that she would use, so recently, when I was at CVS, I picked it up because I thought I've seen this all my childhood, but I have never tried it. And I'd say it's a pretty decent mascara. It's nothing special. It gets the job done, and so I like to keep this for more of an everyday look. And next, I have a sample of the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. The brush itself is so big that if you aren't careful, you end up getting mascara all over your eyelid. And for the amount of work it takes to properly apply this mascara, I just don't think it does much for my lashes. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. So lastly, I have one brow primer. Lash primer. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Lash Primer, and I'm going to keep this. Okay, I know this is ridiculous, but in the past I went through a mascara frenzy where I would buy almost every mascara that I saw, and especially if it was on sale. So this is the Star Wars edition of the CoverGirl Clump Crusher, and it was $2.80. So like, how do you resist that? So I have 14 unopened mascaras, and I think I'm gonna just keep all of these. There's not any that I know for sure I don't want because I haven't tried any of these yet. Okay, so over here, these are the 4 mascaras that I'm going to get rid of. Again, either they're old or I just didn't really like them. And then to the right, here is all the mascara that I'm going to be keeping, but like I said, I'm only keeping 4 that I'm only keeping 3 that are opened, 1 primer, and 2 mascaras, and they're both drugstore mascaras. And I'm going to keep the rest of these because they are all unopened, and I'm definitely going to be needing to break into one of these pretty soon. Thanks for watching this declutter with me. I hope you stick around for my other declutter videos that I will post. Bye!